Last year I did a video, it called the 10 Harsh Realities of Being a 77-year-old. It was actually one of my first videos. And a year later, I want to do an update on each one of those harsh realities, because a lot of those harsh realities have been a little more clearer to me a year later at 78 rather than 77. So I'm going to take one at a time. I'm going to start with the first one, which was time is limited, time is precious. And that's become more real to me in this last year. And let's discuss that. This is going to be a positive video, so stick with me to the end, and let's get started. Okay, I want to talk about life and death today. This is not going to be a negative video, so hang in there with me. We're going to focus more on life than death. But I wanted to say this last year, this year I should say, this calendar year, it's June now, and for the first 6 months, I've had 4 or 5 people I know to pass away. And 2 were my age. When I say my age, literally my age. I mean, one was 3 days older than me, and one was 1 month younger than me. And two of the others were like 82. So everyone was a shock. These were not feeble people. This is an active adult community. People here are active. They walk, they play games, they travel. I mean, these are some of the best retirees, most successful retirees around. When I say successful, I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about being active and being engaged with life and enjoying retirement, that sort of thing. So don't feel like these are feeble people. I mean, I just talked to 2 of these a few days before, or a few weeks before they died. One was a complete shock. A friend, he's a friend of mine, and he was our bocce captain for a long time and a bocce player. And I just talked to him and his wife down at the clubhouse 2 months ago. And he was kind of quiet, and I said, you've lost some weight. Well, he got a terminal diagnosis of cancer of the pancreas, and he withdrew and wanted to not tell anybody. And so when we got the email saying he had passed away, it was like very, very shocking, that's for sure. So I'm not going to tell you about each one of those. We're not going to focus on death, but I'm just saying, last year when I did my video, remember, I focused on the actuarial tables, and I talked about how long you're expected to live. Well, this year, I don't have to rely on any tables. I can tell you firsthand. Friends, it's affecting friends. It's become real for me. And, so that's one big change is I don't have to look at any tables or any estimates of lifespan. 2 at 77 and 2 at 82, people I know. 2 were friends. One was an acquaintance. The other one, this just goes to show you, this guy was very good condition. I mean, I think I'm in pretty good condition. This guy played softball. He was a manager. I saw him at the gym. We have a great gym here. He was running or walking up the treadmill on the top incline. If you ever did a treadmill, they go up and down like that, and it's really steep. He was going like full speed ahead there. There comes the sun. And in great shape. Now, he died of ALS. The other 3 died of a cancer. So I'm just letting you know, if you got the idea, well, those are old, feeble people. No, sir, not at all. It can happen to anybody. So nobody's exempt. So that's the first thing. Death has become more personal, basically. I'm going to walk down here and walk on the trail. This is kind of a rocky area here, so I need to watch what I'm doing here. Yeah, gravel here, so it doesn't wash away, I guess. What have I learned? This is not about death, but I just do want to make a couple of observations. I told Marianne, my wife, they were very calm, even in hospice. They were very accepting And they were very, not panicked, just had a quite like confidence. And, you know, they had family and faith, of course. And, you know, they were very accepting of that. Of course, I wasn't with them all the time. One did tell me that she had, in the middle of the night, she had a pity party, you know, and I could certainly understand that. But she also said she wanted to go out to lunch with me and Marianne because she wanted to do something normal. This is getting away from her relatives that are hounding her to death. She wanted to get back to normal, and she wanted to do something normal for a change. It was like a vacation, getting away, going to lunch with us. Anyway, that just, the thought occurred to me, what would I do? And I don't have any answer, of course. You know, I don't. One other thing I noticed was the one that died suddenly within 2 months. Marianne and I did a sympathy card, I guess you call it. And we thought about what we were going to say, and we wrote it down. And we went up the street. She lives on the same street we do. And we dropped it at her mailbox. And we noticed she was out in the yard with a neighbor over right at the street. So we pulled around and stopped and talked to her. We got out, and first I just went up and hugged her. I mean, what do you say to people like that? What do you say? Luckily, she started talking, and she's told us about it. And she also said she's cleaning out the house. She's cleaning out his desk and his office, and you know, she said her daughter wants her to move up north, back to Pennsylvania, I think it is. And I'm just thinking, that's not the first time I've heard that. A lot of people stay here in our 55 plus community, and it's great because you got activities to go to, you got people to be around, you're not alone, you can be as active as you want to or inactive as you want to. But she's been here like 9-10 years like me, and like we have. And I'm thinking, if she moves up there, not only has she lost her husband, she's lost a lifestyle. I mean, I offered to be her bocce. She's a big bocce player, and they were captains. And I said, I'll be your partner, bocce player partner this next season that comes up. And I'd love to do that. I played against her many, many times. And so she seemed to maybe consider that. So hopefully she'll stay and not move away. I just hate to see loss of a lifestyle and friends and activities and everything at one time. I mean, that's really tough. So that's another thing I've observed. So what's changed in me? I'm going to flip it over to living, not dying. Watching other people face the end of life hasn't made me afraid. It's reminded me to make the most of the life I still have. The things we worry about at an older age are they worth worrying about? So that's one thing I thought about. And, you know, how you treat people, kindness, gratitude, all those things, just recognizing time is limited. I mean, just because you think you're doing good, I mean, that's great that you're doing good, and exercise and diet and all that stuff matters. It really does. Am I facing the sun? The sun's coming up this morning. It's only like 7:45 a.m. here in the metro Atlanta area, out in the foothills of North Georgia, in our retirement community. You know, being honest with people and tell them how you feel about them and things, you appreciate them and things like that, it matters. In fact, Steve Jobs, you probably heard his famous quote, and the quote was, I'll read it. He said, and this was at the end of his life when he had cancer of the pancreas, and he gave a speech at a university. It's a very, very famous speech, and I think he lived his life like this too. He said, if today was the last day of your life, would I want to do what I'm about to do today? I think that would be a great exercise, for me to take up. You know, do I want to do that or not? Because you never know. One day you'll be right. It will be your last day, and you just don't know. You do not know. That's one thing this has taught me, You can be just like me, nice and active and yeah, great, everything's wonderful. And, you know, that's the way it works. I mean, it's just the way it just is. These are not feeble people I'm telling you about. What about this also? This is a thought occurred to me. You go to a funeral and you have those eulogies, and I've done one of those. Those are hard to do, aren't they? You cry all the time. I mean, it's awful, but very rewarding, because you get up and do that because you really, you know, missed the person. You felt you wanted to express your love of the person and your experiences with the person, and you owe it to the person. That's the reason you do it. And I've done that, and that's a common thing with funerals, right? I mean, people get up and say all kind of things, how much they miss the person, how kind they were, what a good person they were, what great times we had, and that's the way it should be. What about this? I wonder how many times the person who died heard that. Did they ever hear that person express all those positive things about them actually when they were living? Did they hear that from them then? Or is it only they're gone and then you say things like that? So something to think about, isn't it? So looking around my community, you know, we're having a great time. We retired. We've been retired for 20 years. We got, you know, friends, we got acquaintances, we got activities. We travel a little bit. I know we're lucky. We are lucky. But no matter who you are in charge of your time and your schedule and things like that. And how lucky we are to live every day the way we want to live in retirement. I mean, think about that. I mean, it's up to us to be happy, right? And to do things we want to do. And every day, as I said in the original video, and many of you said too, every day is really precious. It really is. It really is. Wow, beautiful bluebells down the hill there. I don't know if you can see those or not. We've got one guy, Cliff, in the walking group, and he sent a text out last night. He said, I just want to let you know that we got a group text for the walking group. I want to let you guys know how much I appreciate every one of you. We got a great group. I mean, how nice is that? Cliff teaches us lessons. And if we could all be like Cliff, we'll be fine. We should be more like him. But we're not. We're like, I'm too embarrassed to say that, or I don't know why it is. I don't know. Why do you think it is? Every day is precious. Every day is up to us to be happy, to tell people we appreciate them, to do things we want to do, get the most out of it. And like Steve Jobs says, you know, look at your schedule in the morning. Is it something you would like to do the last day of your life? If not, do something different. How has growing older changed your view of things? So please share your thoughts below in the comments. Next video, I should say, I'll have Harsh Realities #2, and we'll take another look 1 year later and see if that's changed at all and any new observations. I'm Robert. Thanks for watching.